Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE Clash of Champions 2019, which was broadcast from Charlotte, North Carolina on September 15th, 2019. And I was there in person to see the show, and I had a really good time. Um, I've seen a lot of, I've seen a lot of negativity and stuff. I was checking the threads during the show and all that. So I just need to not do that because I'll just enjoy the show as much as I enjoy the show. Um, if I just pay attention to it. So this is a really quick episode. I'm recording this about 20 minutes, exactly 20 minutes before Raw airs the next day. And I didn't take any notes, so I'm just gonna go from memory here. Try to remember. Just going down the checklist of the championships. I don't even have an actual checklist to go down, but going through all the championships, I should be able to remember everything. On the kickoff, we had the Cruiserweight Championship. There was a few freaking crazy moves in this. A notable one was it was like a blockbuster, a Fosbury flapbuster to the outside. Drew Gulak had Lince Dorado up on his shoulders, and Humberto just leaps over the top rope to the outside, and it's like a blockbuster sort of moonsault flip thing. I don't know what to even call this maneuver, but it was incredible. But Drew Gulak took advantage there at the end, and he stole the win away from Humberto, I believe it was. Humberto had hit his kind of springboard ricochet moonsault thing on Kalisto right to his head. Yeah, just landed right on his head, and Drew Gulak took advantage and got the win by pinning Lince Dorado. So Drew Gulak remains the champion, and I'm okay with that. Drew Gulak's all right. He's really good. He is really good in this match. Like I thought this was like one of his best matches that I've seen. Like all of his matches have been great, but this one was like really great. And then we had the United States Championship, AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. And it's crazy that this match is on the kickoff show. But at the same time, you want to put maybe not your best foot forward, but like a really good foot forward on the show that's the free advertisement for the pay-per-view. You don't want to put the crappy matches on there. You want to get the matches that go like, what is even going on here? With like weirdness going on and things like that. There's a little bit of that after the conclusion of the match, but the match itself, the match itself wasn't screwy at all. The OC came out afterwards to help AJ beat down Cedric Alexander. But AJ won. He retained the championship. He had the Styles Clash a couple of times. Once early in the match outside of the ring. So that wasn't able to finish things off. But then he had it later inside. And that was pretty solid. So Cedric looked awesome in this match. And I'm looking forward to see both of these guys in their whatever they do next. And then the first match of the actual show was the Raw Tag Title match that Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode won the championships from Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman because Braun shoved, I think it was Dolph. He shoved Dolph into Seth Rollins, and then he shoved Roode into Seth Rollins, and then Dolph Ziggler pulled down the rope that caused Braun then to fall to the outside, and Bobby Roode was able to hit the glorious DDT and get the win there. So Rudolph the Red Belt tag team have some very shiny belts, And if they ever saw them, all of the ladies would just melt. That's all the lyrics that I wrote so far of the Rudolph tag team song. I should work on that some more. I wrote those lyrics. I'm surprised I could actually remember them because I just woke up from a weird nap. I'm super dehydrated. I should be drinking water right now instead of talking, but I want to get this episode done. So yeah, that match is really good. I liked it. What happened next? What was the next match? I think it was Bayley versus Charlotte. In which Bayley unwrapped the padding from the bottom turnbuckle, smacked Charlotte's face into it, got the pin, and then ran away immediately. And it was the funniest thing. I freaking love that Bayley was booking it out of the arena as soon as the bell rang. She goes and grabs her belt and just gets the heck out of there. That was really, 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 really funny. Man, what was the order that things happened? I forget what match. I'm gonna open up the. I'm gonna cheat my memory a little bit. Clash of Champions, 2019. Let's go to the Wikipedia page. Let's go to the Wikipedia page, buddy. Let's go to the Wikipedia page. Oh, so I did not fly out there that morning. It would have been a lot more expensive to fly out on Sunday morning. Maybe a whole lot more expensive, but and maybe not more expensive than it was to stay a second night at the hotel I stay at. But whatever. The night before, I went and saw Trevor Noah, also at the Spectrum Center. And that was a really, really funny show. If Trevor Noah is coming near you, bring some. That's a stupid joke. No. If he's performing if his going is loud and clear. Also, is the Going Clear tour. It's all about Scientology. No. It's Loud and Clear tour. But if you're listening to this way in the future or whatever, and he has a different tour, you'll go see that one too. Also, okay. Let's see, matches, events, production, events, results. Let's see. Okay, I got the order correct so far. Then we had the Revival versus the New Day. The Revival won this match. This match was fantastic. Oh my gosh. The Revivals and the New Day are both so great. So the Revival are the new SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So both tag team championships, men's tag team championships, have changed hands on the show so far. I can't remember any specifics from this. I know they hit the Shatter Machine on Becky outside of the ring. That looks super painful, especially for, is it Dash who hits the code breaker part of it? Whatever. It's but yeah, that was pretty brutal. And that match was a solid 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Bayley versus Charlotte Flair was only 3 minutes and 45 because that unwrapping the turnbuckle thing was just out of nowhere. That was pretty cool. Then we had Alexa Bliss and Nicky Cross versus Manny Rose and Sonia Deville for the tag team the women's tag team title. I'd say this is the best match that was not a stipulation match for these championships yet. Nicky and Alexa are so awesome. Mandy and Sonia were awesome in this match too. But they had learned from. I kind of figured that this would happen. That Alexa and Nicky they were facing them because they were defeated by them by their new maneuver with the high and low thing, and so I suspected that they would learn from that and they'd be prepared for if that happens. And they did hit that on Alexa, but Nicky was able to get into the ring and break up the pin for that. And Nikki Cross actually got the win. And as she hit the big crossbody off of the top and pinned, I think it was Mandy. I'm not sure, or maybe I don't remember who she hit that on and got the win, but they are still the champions. And during this match, right before the match, they had an interview that was interrupted because R-Truth was the boom operator, and he is not very good at it. He dipped the microphone into the frame, all of that. Alexis got upset, and then she sold him out. She let everybody know, hey, he's on the set. Come get him for the 24/7 championship. So the chase ensues, and then during the match, it spills out into the arena, and Alexa actually goes for the pin, rolls up R-Truth, and almost wins a championship during another championship match. So a lot of people are talking about how Seth and Braun have their tag team championship match, and then they have their Universal Championship match against each other later on. Well, Alexa Bliss also had 2 championship matches in one night because and they weren't spread out by 3 hours, or they weren't 3 hours apart. They were at the same time. It was a match within a match, and I really, really enjoyed that. It would have been amazing if Alexa won it, but maybe another night. Okay, I only have 9 minutes to get through the rest of these. There's only 6 more matches. It's fine. Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn defeats The Miz to retain the Intercontinental Championship. I'm pretty bummed about that. I really wanted The Miz to win. He'd have the most, break the record for the most Intercontinental Championship reigns, I think, or tie the record. I think he's tied with the record right now. And then he just has to have it for another 21 days, and he'll have the longest combined reigns for the championship, and that would be so cool for him. But Shinsuke Nakamura, who is looking all super badass with his fancy new cape, everything during his entrance and all that, I was okay with it. It worked out really well. It was really good. This is absolutely one of the best Miz matches, and also one of the best Shinsuke Nakamura matches since coming to the main roster. So I really like that. I liked every single match in the show. All the endings I thought were great. I didn't dislike any of the matches. It seemed like some of the crowd was like not into the matches, but at least it wasn't to the extent at Madison Square Garden the crowd was just god awful. This crowd, at least if they weren't into it, they're just quiet, as opposed to I heard some randoms like, oh, this is boring during Rowan versus Roman Reigns, but by the end of that match, everybody's like, oh my god, this is fantastic. We'll get to that in a second. Next we had Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Sasha Banks won via disqualification because Becky Lynch went to hit Sasha with a chair. Sasha got out of the way, and Becky nailed the referee. So they just went wild after that, and unfortunately, an audience member tried to go wild too. But go look that up. Don't reach when they're during their entrances. Reach out for a superstar, get a high five if you're like at the aisle or whatever, or in the front row, or after the show when they're going around, go for a high five. That's it. Don't do any other stuff to interact physically with anybody at a wrestling show. Other audience members included. High five during entrances and after a match. I think that's the rule. That's a rule that everybody could agree on that. That's the appropriate amount of physical interaction with anybody, especially with superstars. But there's discussion about it that a guy was trying to touch Sasha when they were getting back into the arena, back over to the barricade. It was like reaching for her butt, and it looked like it was unsuccessful. But it is not cool at all. Don't do that type of stuff. Don't do that at all. And when they're coming up in the crowd, like, get back from it. Don't be like trying to pat them and stuff like that. It's just gross. It's gross. Like, even just on the shoulder and stuff. Like, there's no need to do that. They're busy. They're doing something. Now, if they're coming down through the crowd, like Shield style, that's a different kind of thing. Like, to like put your hand up for like a high five, but still, like, it's better just to stand back. It looks cooler. It's better for everybody. Just stand back like, oh, this is badass, or just be like, yeah, like pointing at them, like, these guys are cool, like that kind of thing. Don't touch, no touch, no touch. What am I saying? Anyway, yeah, they brawled out into the concessions. I need to go back and watch this match because it just was it was awesome. And I didn't really see, because I was like trying to see like with my eyes as opposed to watching the screen and stuff, so I missed a lot of stuff. But they were like right below where my seats were, and that was all kind of cool. And so technically Sasha won, but Becky Lynch is still a champion. This is not over at all. And I'd say this is the best match of the night. Not the best moment, because there are a couple of really awesome things in the matches coming up, but the best overall match, it was 20 minutes, which is great. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Kind of a slower match, but I thought that was fantastic. It was really, really good. I thought the build up to this match was a lot better at building into SummerSlam than from SummerSlam to now. It seems like it was drawn out a lot more. And if this was the match that happened at SummerSlam, I think people would have absolutely loved it instead of like just being confused at the end. So but the whole FTRKO thing, if they stay together as a trio, I'm on board with that. And if this ends up being like a 3-on-3 situation in the cell, that would be freaking awesome. FTRKO versus the New Day. Oh man, how great would that be? But Kofi Kingston defeated Randy Orton with the Trouble in Paradise after avoiding getting punted. Man, if Randy hit the punt, the crowd was already going crazy when it was like about to happen. If it actually happened, the crowd would have just gone nuts. That would have been so cool. But Kofi avoided it, and maybe we telegraphed it for him. He was able to avoid it because the crowd was like, oh my God, it's going to happen. And Kofi's like, oh shit, what's going to happen? I got to get out of the way. Slash kayfabe. So yeah, I really enjoyed that match. Eric Rowan versus Roman Reigns, no disqualification match. We got some more jib action in there. Oh yeah, more jib action. That was after a little bit of when he used the trash can. I was like, oh, that's the next step from using the camera jib, is to use a trash can. Okay. But Roman Reigns, he got a hold of the jib and hit Rowan with it a couple of times. Hit the Superman punch, sent him hurtling down the entrance ramp, and then as he's going down for a second one, Luke Harper comes in and just boots him in the face. He helps Eric Rowan get the upper hand there, and Rowan wins. The Bludgeon Brothers are back together, brother. And I'm really excited. Luke Harper is awesome, and here he is. He's back, and it's great. I'm super excited. So Eric Rowan wins that match. And then our main event. Oh my God, I only have 1 minute until the show starts. Seth Rollins defeated Braun Strowman after hitting four. Oh my God. He hit 3 curb stomps. And this was after Braun hit a bullfrog splash. Ridiculous, crazy. What the heck? How can he even be able to do that? But Seth overcomes. He hits Braun Strowman with 3 curb stomps. The first one he kicks out like before the 1 count, which is crazy. And then he hits it with a pedigree. And then a final curb stomp and defeats Braun Strowman and So Seth Rollins is still a champion. He's there at the top of the ramp, and then lights turn out. The Fiend comes and murders Seth Rollins, and it's fantastic. And I'm so excited. This is going to be freaking awesome at Hell in a Cell. Oh my God. Bray Wyatt's going to win. He's going to win. He's absolutely going to win. It's going to be the shortest Hell in a Cell match yet. I'm certain of it. And that's going to be so awesome. And I can't wait. So that's it for the whole show. I really liked it. I thought all the endings were fantastic. Maybe some parts of the actual matches, like throughout the matches, were maybe slow or something like that. But as far as the finishes and all that, I am satisfied with all of it, and I'm excited for what's coming next. So, that's really it. That's all I can ask for from a pay-per-view. And I really enjoyed being there in person. It was great. The travel, it was a lot of it's hard to get to Charlotte from here. There's not really direct flights, they're expensive direct flights and stuff like that. So that's the only really downfall of this trip. But the hotel I stayed at was the Aloft, super nice. It's like a block away from the Spectrum Center, or Spectrum, whatever it's called. I may be calling it the wrong thing this whole time. And I really recommend that hotel. It's super nice. Charlotte seems like a really cool town. I also went to the Museum of the New South, and I met up, I did that right after I met up, at Zia Pia, like an Italian restaurant that's inside of the market, the public market. I met up with an old friend, Ben Cowden, who I marched with in Blue Devils. He aged out in 2005. I aged out in 2007, so we had 2 years that we marched together. And, it was really cool catching up with. I haven't seen him in a long, maybe the last time I saw him is at least 5 years ago, maybe longer than that. So that was super cool, catching up with him. And that's pretty much all I did. I had some food at some different places, but I don't want to get into that. I'm already missing multiple minutes of Raw. I got to get over to that. So let me know what you thought about WWE Clash of the Champions 2019's Clash of Champions 2019 by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe to iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. And I'll stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses. So I can see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.